It is your boy, the Mulatto Ronin, back on at it again with another banger and fire video for y'all's out there today. They're y'all. Welcome on back to the channel. But guys, I gotta go in on this particular topic because I ain't gonna lie, man. I got top 3 awesome New Year's resolutions for us racially ambiguous mulattoes, light skins out here. I feel like, man, these top 3 things, we gotta really stay on point with this in 2026 and beyond. But let me get on into it, guys, because I really want us to really shine this year. But coming in at number 3, guys, we gotta all stay in shape, hit the gym, take good care of our bodies, man, because we want to be the best. Like, we just want to present ourselves the best as possible. And I'm telling you, man, something about when you look decent as a racially ambiguous mulatto type of person, man, that really do speak volumes. Like, I feel like that's a real big flex to have when you look in the mirror and you like, dang, man, I'm cut, I'm built, same thing as you're a woman out there, you're in decent shape and you're carrying yourself well. Like, man, that is the biggest flex to have right now here in America, because I look around, like, guys, our competition is not that hard. Like, it's not that tough at all. Like, the average American is so super overweight, obese, not a care in the world to do better. So if you're in decent shape in 2026 and beyond, that is outstanding. Like, that's really good. You're going to put yourself on a higher frequency because we already know how people view us at times. We already know how people like to put us all in the box at so much, throughout our lives. So if you're still coming out strong out here, that speaks heavy volumes. And you're going to present yourself in a way to get yourself the best possible partner as well. So that's so that's number 3. Definitely, hey, hit the gym, stay healthy. 3 days a week is all you need, guys. A little bit, like, just a little bit by little bit. You don't have to go savage with it. Like, because there's a lot of people out here, when it comes down to the gym, people, they go so savage with it, but they give up, they burn out. And I'm not one of these guys out here that's going to tell you, hey, man, go do 200-300 push-ups, go run 10 miles, go out there and be a David Goggins, shout out to him. But it's like, you don't have to do all that. You can be a healthy human being and, and just got to put in, just have structure with your fitness. Hell, you don't even have to have the best diet all that times if I'm keeping it 100 with you. And you can still pull off a decent physique. Like, you just got to be patient with it. You got to rewire your brain because, in a world like America, everybody's so quick to just be like, they want everything so instant, but they don't want to put in the work. And then you got people out there like that one dude, Clavicular, hopped on TRT as a teenager. Dude's like literally 19. He's breaking his jaw. He's breaking like his bones or whatever to get better bone structure or whatever, like, guys, like, I mean, people are really doing the most out here just to so-called look better. Like, I mean, just be like, hey, take the time, go through it, go through the process. Don't be skipping steps out here. Like, guys, I used to be a little chubby, I used to be super skinny as a kid, which I didn't mind being skinny, like, I still got woman and everything. But after high school, when you get a taste of that adulthood and that work life, you see, like, wow, man, like, it's so easy to just let yourself go. But I'm telling you, man, you do got to present yourself in a good light, man, in terms of your body, because if you want the most respect that you can from a partner, you got to have your body on point. So look decent, man. The time is easier than ever to really get ahead of people in terms of that department. But yeah, hop in that gym. You can do all this stuff right from home too. Do some push-ups, calisthenics, get some dumbbells, that's all you need. So guys, get on that fitness. And then coming in at number 2, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think it is, but I do think we gotta find a way for us racially ambiguous mulatto people, we need to really come together a lot more and get into like some gatherings and like public places, have some events if we can set up something like that and really just publicly, and we can have something, like just like free food for everybody. People get to know us, people, just random people, like just to really build community, because a lot of people have so many stereotypes and so many misconceptions of us. I think it's time for us to really reclaim our image. So if we can come up with a way in certain cities or wherever that we live to really set up certain events solely for us and not be dictated by anybody else, and really just share our experiences, have food, and really just bring people out there, inform, other dark skinned blacks, about, hey, this is how we move and this is how we're going to do things. Inform white people, because it's a lot of people that are just uncultured about us, so we can set up a peaceful event and really just, have it open, free food, and people can really see how we operate as people, and just have all walks of life out there. Have support for like the younger generation, like, I don't know, just have a safe space for like everybody, because I feel like out of all the groups of people that, like, in terms of right now in America, the ones I feel like we can honestly get to come together, it's gonna be us, because trying to get the majority of the black community's attention is gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie. And white people, you can bring them kind of close, but it depends on where you go. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I met some awesome white people. White people has done a lot of good for me. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, hey, man. Like, but in terms of just bringing people to really and truly get people like really understand us, like, guys, we are the most powerful group of people here in America. And if we can really come together and really just have events to really inform people about us, and, really go through the history of the mulattoes, racially ambiguous of America, but still give out, I don't know, free t-shirts, free food, we can set up something like that. I think that would change a lot of the narratives in terms of just how people view us, because, like, I really feel like, man, we can do some great stuff out here. And like I said, guys, like, we're honestly the most down to earth group of people, that's really going to go out our way to do stuff, in terms of jealousy for one another. Like, we don't really be on that type of time. That really be all the other groups. So I feel like out of everybody, we the fastest ones that can really come together out here. And I think we need to start doing it, and we need to all start identifying, hey, we in our own particular lane throughout society, and we move a particular type of way. And let's just start explaining to them. And then I would even take it a step further and say, hey, if we can maybe get together, like a peaceful protest, and try to get the attention of like politicians and lawmakers to really bring back the mulatto class, and really inform people, and, re-educate people about us, because there is so many false narratives on our names out here. And we can get that into the school systems. That would be fantastic. The school system in general needs a whole entire reboot in terms of melanated people, because like we need a law to really change in that whole one drop rule. That needs to be updated. And we need to bring back the mulatto class, set it up like how South Africa got, like we need to really move forward and progress in that type of way. Because what's going to happen, man, in the future, if we able to pull this off, we're going to see our image be a lot more better in the media. I feel like this is a good way to really get us to really take off faster and really control our image in the media. Not having other groups of people who don't look like us running it and putting all these narratives on our names, which is not true. We got to really, really get on top of these things in 2026 and beyond. So I think that's very, very great if we're able to pull that off. I think if we can literally bring back the mulatto class here in America, I think it can be done. I really do believe it. And if enough of us come together, we able to make one another feel comfortable, and we able to sit down and just, make everybody just understand that, hey, this is our point of view. We're not trying to denounce anything. We're not trying to put down any other group of people. We're just saying who we are as people, and we want us to be represented and shown in the light that really, represents us correctly, because we don't own our image. So I think this is very, very important for us, and there's too many misconceptions of us, and it just gotta change, man. It really do. So that gets the number 2 spot. Just gatherings of us would be fantastic. And then coming in at number 1. Number 1, guys, in 2026, we need to make, in terms of like us mulatto, racially ambiguous, light-skinned men, we need to try our best to pursue racially ambiguous, mulatto, light-skinned type of woman. We need to really make that a thing, man. Like, they should be at the top of our list. I know we don't really see as many mulattoes, like, I mean, depending on where you at, because like some places I go to, like, guys, where I'm currently at right now, I don't see a lot of racially ambiguous mulatto type of woman where I currently live. But I may be moving back to the East Coast, maybe, unfortunately, maybe. Maybe moving back to Florida, but it's hard to say, because I may have a new job working at the airport out here where I live in this little area of Texas. So we're gonna see how that goes. I think it's paying up to $22 an hour. So hey, if that goes good, I might still stay out here a little bit, but I'm definitely gonna be zooming in and out, out of Texas 100%. But yeah, I'll see how that goes. But I could be going back to Florida. But guys, we do got to take time to really try to go for a lot of racially ambiguous mulatto type of women in mass numbers, because we need to really set a standard, man. Like, we really do, man. Like, we shouldn't, the whole narrative of just seeing light skin, dark skin to really be the norm in the black community. We need to shift that, because we know how we move as racially ambiguous mulatto type of people. So we need to really, win, and we need to make, I mean, I'm not going to say make, but, but we gotta get our racially ambiguous mulatto type of woman to feel safe to choose one of us and keep that long term, because it's a lot of men walking around that just want to just knock down everything and just keep it pushing. Listen, man, like, as a man, me personally, like, that's not sloppy out here. Like, number 1, I scrap up, I use protection, and I get it, us men, we men at the end of the day, but at the same time, when you come across quality, a decent woman, man, you better treat her right, because I'm gonna be real with you, man. If a woman, she hit the gym, racially ambiguous mulatto, and got your best interest, and honestly, man, if I'm keeping it a buck with you, in terms of woman that's like really creative and like willing to just go against the grain and really, move their own type of way at times, it's gonna be the mulatto type of woman. I'm starting to see that more and more. And on YouTube, I've been learning, seeing a lot more of their experiences and everything. They're not too far off from us. But I think with a lot of us light-skinned, racially ambiguous men growing up, we're not pushed into our masculine frame at a young age, like from just our youth, and I think that's really our disadvantage. And then on top of that, because we don't really get as much, I'm not going to say all of us, but this is just me personally. I don't know about you guys, but in the black community, I feel like I always had to work harder to get a melanated woman versus outside my community. Don't get me wrong, like I'm still open, to all races of women, but ideally, guys, I do think we should try to strive for making the mulatto woman at the top of our, list in terms of the, women that we should go for, and try to really build with, because seeing how things are unfolding, like I see why she's moving the way that she moves. I see why she's going through the certain things that she's going through, because the racially ambiguous mulatto man, he's moving very similar, but it's a bit different for us. A man, it takes time for him to grow in this day and age, all men in general, but especially us, because we got to deal with not really fitting in like that. At least everybody else, they really fit in correctly. Us, we really don't learn who we are until we get older. So that's why it takes a bit time for us to really grow out here. And then everything stacked against the average young man, there's a lot of forces coming against you. So with that said, man, we gotta do our best to really try to pursue and really, try to really build with these type of women. Listen, like, I'm open to all races of women, but try our best to really keep the door open for these women, man. Like 100%. And same thing as you're a racially ambiguous mulatto type of woman. Hey, try your best to build with one of us, because hey, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm open to you. If I see you moving accordingly, I see you got a decent mindset, you're a godly woman. Hey, it can work out. Like, listen, I know it's a wild time to be a man, and I can definitely see that it's a wild time to be a woman too. So we all in the same boat out here, and we can't let we can't let everybody divide us. We can't do it, man. So that's all I gotta say. It's your boy, the Mulatto Ronin. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe, share. Y'all take it easy.